What is Jake Sullivan's priorities in this visit?
Well, it's great to be with you and with my colleague. The priority now has expanded. Clearly, initially, it was about the getting a ceasefire for hostages, the potential deal on Gaza to end the suffering of the Palestinians and to end the suffering of the Israeli people and to move us forward. That's agenda number one. But of course, now with the region changing swiftly with the fall of Bashar al-Assad, that also is a very crucial part of the discussions, trying to understand exactly where Israel's thinking is strategically will be top on the agenda. And then, of course, the National Security Advisor is meeting with leaders from Qatar and Egypt, and I'm sure he wants to make sure that he gets their best insights as to the path forward on Syria. But again, of course, the primary goal is to try to get a ceasefire deal done and to get it done quite hopefully before President-elect Trump takes office on January 20th.
Now, we're seeing now images and footage of Jake Sullivan's meeting with Netanyahu. Perhaps one of the most significant things that happened in this meeting, that Netanyahu told Sullivan that the Israeli presence and the military incursions in Syria is supposed to be temporary, and perhaps what Israel is looking for in Syria and the military destruction of, or the destruction of military infrastructure in Syria is right now something in the interest of Israel. What do you think of that, Mr. Rubin, and how do you think this is going to play out?
Well, I'm glad that he's sharing that with Advisor Sullivan. Look, the Israelis, just like the other countries in the region around Syria, are all looking at what the collapse of the government there could mean for their security. Turkey is looking at it, Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon. And so these are very aggressive actions. One has to be very careful about, in particular, the strikes against chemical weapons sites. Chemical weapons sites, they should not be there. That Syria over a decade ago.
It's not just chemical weapons, Mr. Rubin.
Right, yes.
The destruction
but
was towards all military infrastructure.
To that point, though, the chemical weapons sites, I do want to bring this up because it's very important. These are sites that should not have been there, that Syria agreed to get rid of in an agreement with the United States and Russia. And there needs to be international verification that they are gotten rid of, and they can be very dangerous once impacted by strikes. But yes, to your other point, the key point of going after the regime's military assets, I think the Israelis are looking at this now and saying these were targets that we always were thinking about, but we're not going to strike. And now there's a free opportunity to strike it so that we don't have to worry about those being used ever against us in the future.